The name of my topic is No Child Left Behind on African American Multicultural Classroom. My name is Aletrice Fletcher, Quasar Experimental Design Focus Group. In the book Research Methods for Public Administration, O'Sullivan, Rouser, and Berner define a research design as plan that guide decisions about when and how often to collect data, what data to gather, from whom, and how to collect the data, and how to analyze data. One's research design is anticipated plan for the researchers' proposed methodology of Sutherland, Rouser, and Berner 2008. Jean and Hong assessed that the mixed methods approach reduces the limitation of both quantitative and quantitative research and combines elements of both into one study. Sean and Hong 2015. I have chose a quasar experimental design and focus group approach based on the path I see my research going at this point. The quasar experimental design varies from the experimental design in that the quasar experimental design does contain all the characteristics and controls as an experimental design of Sullivan, Rouser, and Berner 2008. The focus group approach provides for the collection of the quality data by utilizing a group interview. Information obtained from the focus group also can be utilized in a quantitative fashion of Sullivan, Rouser, and Berner 2008 is the resource. In quasar experimental design, the researcher is not as bound by a random selection or control groups because the phenomenon at the core of the research has already occurred or it can be replicated. Rutherford and Newton 2015. Within the quasar experimental design, I have chosen the comparison group pre-test post-test design because I am looking at two populations who have commonality to what is being studied. O'Sullivan, Rouser, and Berner 2008. I believe the comparison group pre-test protest approach can be applied to focus groups centered on minority and juveniles and school teachers and administrations. The weakness of the quasar experiment design in relation to internal validity are morality, selection, statistical regression, and combination. O'Sullivan, Rouser, and Berner 2008. For my research, I see the threat of selection and contamination as the weakness of the using the quasar experiment design. Selection becomes a threat when subjects are not chosen at random, and contamination becomes a threat when subjects communicate with each other, which may alter their response to the experiment. O'Sullivan, Rouser, and Berner 2008. The relative range of freedom and the research is offered on the quasar experiment design can become a weakness because of the design lacks structure or the researchers does not make sure that their experimental minimizes threats to internal validity as much as possible. In regrets to external validity, the study that is produced can be applied must be able to be replicated. The researcher must ensure that their study is not so unique that no one else can replicate it to that results can be generalized to other populations. O'Sullivan, Russ, and Berner 2008. Potential risks and benefits is that the level of risk for unintended disclosure of educational records becomes tricky because my research includes conducting interviews with both juveniles and educational professionals. I have to be careful that the information collected does not pertain to specific students, so any disclosure of their records is prevented. I rated that this is a minimal risk. However, this is contingent on the final design of my instrumentation and data collection methods. Limited psychological stress is my major concern. Interviewing juveniles who have been impacted by and traumatizing ordeal is a balancing act and the questions must be crafted in a way that does not cause them mental anguish in the retelling of their ordeals. Although informed consent is established early in the study, a participant has agreed to be included in the study but has not agreed to any unlimited psychological harm. O'Sullivan, Rouser, and Berner 2014. My rationale for choosing the quasar experiment design and focus group was a split decision. I want the ability to vary from the experiment design so I can focus on particular groups without the need of controlling the group. I have in mind who the study participants would be, how to locate them, and the kind of question that would be asked. Therefore, a quasar experiment design and focus group allows me to create my own experiment centered on minority juveniles who are impacted by No Child Left Behind, and the school administration and teachers who adherence to No Child Left Behind impacts their students. I do not have two capable groups, but two groups are that are linked. As I progress, this design may change. References: D. Jean, J. Hong, 2015. E. O'Sullivan, G. R. Russell, M. Burner, 2008. And K. E. Ruddiston and R. R. Newton, 2015. Thank you.